Is this thing on? Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. Welcome to the live chat. Smash the like button. Check out my poll. Will Discovery end the DCEU? The Batman reaches the halfway point at the global box office. It's heading for $1 billion. It's very exciting, and it doesn't need China. So welcome to the stream. Welcome to the live show. You are very, very welcome. I've got the coat on again. I'm cold. No central heating. So let's get me warmed up with some interesting points over on the chat. You are welcome to talk about DC live action or anything else in entertainment. Whatever floats your boat. If I know about it, I can respond. If I don't, I can't. But just go for it. Talk about it. This is what we're here for here, to talk about entertainment, predominantly DC live action, but anything else. Maybe you're a Quantum Leap fan. Maybe you're a 24 fan. I love those shows. I grew up watching Dallas and Dynasty. I'm a big ET fan. Back to the Future. Whatever you want to talk about. We're here to talk about entertainment. And if you're interested in entertainment, if you're a geek, if you're a nerd, you're very welcome. If you're not interested in those things, you really shouldn't be here. Because I'm here to talk nerd. So let's go. No one in the chat right now. Someone's in the chat. Is it a floater? Is it someone who normally comes in? Is it someone totally brand new? If you come into the live chat, and you like what you see, if you think this guy is a bit tasty, right? Maybe you should subscribe to the channel. One of the smallest YouTube channels that talks about entertainment. But I think we do very well on the channel. I think we've got it all covered. If you follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad, you'll see me retweeting lots of entertainment news. I've got it all covered. There's not anything you won't miss. So I really am Movies TV Mad. So that's cool. It's a bit of a slow start, but that's fine. That's okay. No problem. I'll just talk to myself. I'm used to doing that. Yes, very exciting about the Batman box office. Pretty predictable, really. No surprises. It's doing very well. I believe that Matt Reeves did really well from the beginning, 2 years into the production, talking about the film, telling us what he would be doing. But Matt Reeves specifically telling us what the Batman wasn't going to be was very important, I feel. Because a lot of people would have thought this is going to be another popcorn-chomping Batman movie. Of course, it wasn't. So always important that a director, a studio makes it clear what a film's going to be and what it's not going to be. And this was the issue with BVS. A great film, but the studio didn't really tell us what it was going to be. I do the DCEU Daily every day, updating you with everything that's going on in DC live action, predominantly the DCEU. Today's video was about the real reasons why The Flash was delayed. And I think I gave a lot of takes. I would love to hear from Andy Machete or Barbara Machete. They're still very, very quiet, and we'll see what's going on there. I had a lovely pizza tonight. I didn't cook it for myself. I just warmed it up. But, yeah. It is a slow start tonight. No one's come in as of yet. We will wait. What normally happens is everyone wants to talk when I'm going to close the video off. So you need to get in. You need to get in the chat. And let's get going. No, we're getting a lot of floaters tonight. A lot of floaters. But none of the regulars are here yet. That's interesting. Could this be the first live where no one comes in and I have to shut it off early? I hope not, but that's the unpredictability of going live. You never really know. So we shall see, everyone. So this is Movies TV Mad. My name is Mick, and I'm here every single night at the same time with a live video. DCEU Daily, pre-recorded video every day. And sometimes you may even get a second pre-recorded video a day. Dr. Zashizaka, yo-ho. Good evening, Dr. Zashizaka. How are we doing tonight? What do you want to talk about? We're here to talk about entertainment, predominantly DC live action. But if there's anything else in entertainment you want to talk about, that's great. We are here to talk about entertainment. Dr. Zashizaka, what's up, Mick? Very well, thank you. Very well. Glad to be here. Glad to be here. Let's get the show going. The Batman has reached the halfway stage in the global box office, crossing 500 million, on its way to $1 billion. And I'm alone in the chat again. I'm not now. I can't work it out. Dr. Zashizaka, let's talk about the Warner Library overall. Go for it, Dr. Zashizaka. One of my favourite movies in the WB Library is Oliver Stone's JFK, one of the most bravest, boldest movies of all time. There's a movie called Conspiracy Theory, directed by Dick Donner, starring Mel Gibson, another great movie. But as you suggested it, Dr. Zashizaka, I think you should go for it and name some movies and tell me what you think of them. Dr. Zashizaka, awesome. The Batman will cross the $1 billion mark. I think so, yes. I don't think it needs China. But 10, 15, 20 million from China, even with the shutdowns, is still a good result. Discovery are coming, and what they do is everyone's guess, but we will see. They've got a big job ahead of them. Dr. Zashizaka, Gary Oldman is great in JFK. Yes, he plays Lee Harvey Oswald. He is absolutely fantastic. It was the first film I ever saw Gary in, and yes, simply amazing. It's a great performance. Dr. Zashizaka, the Warner Brothers Library probably has some of the best catalogs in movie history. It has Lethal Weapon 1 to 4, absolutely fantastic. I think they did The Bodyguard as well, starring Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston. Madonna was desperate to get that role, and Kevin Costner wouldn't hear of it. He insisted on Whitney Houston and got Whitney Houston. And Kevin actually was at Whitney's funeral, and he did say some very nice things about her, which was very nice. Kevin Costner is one of the great movie stars. Dances with Wolves, a great movie. But he's done so many. And Kevin Costner and the cast of JFK were very brave to do that film. It was a very important film. And what Oliver Stone proved in a film was sensational. And you will never see the likes of it again. He actually made a little sequel looking back at the case, and I bought that as well. Dr. Zashizaka, I love the 90s. I think the 2 decades after that, it became all bland. I think it's getting back its groove now. I don't really think it's getting back its groove at all. And you're absolutely right. Since the noughties, it's been very, very bland, and it's just getting worse. This is what I was talking about on Twitter with the dominance of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Jared Leto saying that the MCU have saved cinema. I don't agree. Red Panda, hey, how are you today? I'm awesome, Red Panda. How are you? I think the Marvel Cinematic Universe is great. I don't hate it, but its dominance has killed variety in cinema. And there's no getting away from that. If the MCU was around 20, 30 years ago, there would be no Jodie Foster in The Accused. There would be no Jodie Foster and Sir Anthony Hopkins in Silence of the Lambs. There would be, there would be no Bodyguard. There would be no JFK. There would be no Dead Ringers. They hurt the industry. And they take too many screens as well. It's something that Quentin Tarantino identified recently as well. Dr. Zashi Zaka, especially after the Discovery takeover, it should go back to the drawing board and see what made it great in the first place. Well, that's what David Zaslav has been saying. He wants to take it back to the old Warner Brothers. John, hi, Mick. How has your day been? Very well, thank you. How are you, John? Red Panda, I'm watching Galatasaray Barcelona 1-1 as we speak, and I'm shocked. Just saying. Yeah, Barcelona are not the team they once was. This is not a great Barcelona. Dr. Zashi Zaka, I don't agree with what Leto said in context of Marvel. It's so bland, like seriously. Yeah, he's wrong. Because if it wasn't for the MCU, there would be more variety. The MCU has bred a new generation on mediocrity. And actually, to get excited about mediocrity, Miss Marvel is a great example of this. The trailer looked perfectly fine. And it'll be great for the people who want to see it. But it's getting excited about mediocrity. It's people saying that it was exciting that Endgame was 3 hours long, then saying the Batman was too long. Do you understand? There's an inconsistency in movie opinion as well, because these people have been trained with mediocrity and to accept it. So when something like Batman versus Superman or the Batman comes along, it's too dark. It takes itself too seriously. It's too long. These are the shittest takes that you are here. No, I like Jared Leto, but yeah, he was talking shit. He was kissing some butt there, unfortunately, and very disappointing, actually. Dr. Zashi Zaka, Anthony Hopkins, Kevin Costner, Gary Oldman, Jodie Foster, among so many exceptional talents in deepish storytelling as what cinema can be at its best. And it hasn't been that way for maybe 20 or 30 years, Dr. Zashi Zaka. I mean, for example, Jodie Foster's The Accused really taught young men a big lesson about the rape culture. It taught me a lot, but it was done without, overstepping its boundaries in the marketing. Red Panda, my brother watched No Way Home for the first time today, and halfway through, he asked me, is this movie a joke? Spider-Man No Way Home is surprisingly good. I think it's a slow start. I think it's a good blockbuster. There's no question about that. And lots of fan service, but it's not nowhere near one of the best movies ever made. John, the only thing I'm looking forward to in the MCU is Doctor Strange 2 and Moon Knight. Yes, critics are watching as we speak. Moon Knight. I think Moon Knight will be great. I think it'll be a deep dark dive. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, it's not another Disney Plus MCU disappointment. Dr. Zach, I feel sad for today's kids. We at classics to see and grow. What are today's kids seeing? MCU garbage. Well, the thing is, Dr. Zaka, the issue is here that if you think about 30 years ago, think about the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, there was no CGI. It was just storytelling. It was just stories. It was escapism. It was entertainment. Now, as much as I question the Westerns and the culture of the Westerns, because literally they made Native Americans the villains and white Americans the good guys, it was still good entertainment. I don't think MCU is garbage. I think it has its place within the industry, but its dominance is a problem because everyone wants a shared universe now. Nobody's thinking about the individual standalone movie. The Seven, a movie like Seven, these movies are not being made because there's not a call for them anymore. When I used to work at the Co-op supermarket, I used to have Tuesdays off. I'd go to HMV, I'd go to Our Price, buy a couple of VHSs. I'd be looking through the library for 2 or 3 hours because I couldn't make my mind up what to watch. You go there now, well, you can't. You'll have to go to Amazon or iTunes. Same difference, though. Very difficult to find a good movie that's not sending some overly overt political message rather than trying to be entertaining. It's not comfortable to watch entertainment today. It's not comfortable to see the marketing of entertainment today. John, Marvel are bringing back the X-Men 90s cartoon in 2023. That's right. I mean, that's not one of my favorite Marvel animations anyway, John. I think Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, what was that other Spider-Man they did a few years ago? I forgot it, but it was really, really good. There was an Incredible Hulk animation years ago. The best animated Marvel was 20, 30, 40 years ago. Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends was something special, for sure. Definitely made me a Spider-Man fan. Dr. Zashi said, even a movie like Dead Man Walking is unthinkable now. No, they wouldn't go and watch it. They would not go and watch it. And think about this for a minute. We did have our MCU back in the day. We had Rocky. We had Rambo. We had all these action pictures with Stallone, Arnie, Die Hard, but there was still room for other movies. The action flick was the superhero flicks of that day, but there was still a place for all the other stuff. We don't have that anymore. Red Panda, what movies did you grow up with? Well, obviously, the obvious ones. My first movie ever was Superman the movie, Star Wars A New Hope. I wore out the VHS on the Batman 66 movie, Superman the movie, and A New Hope. Those films I watched repeatedly. It was a great introduction to the movie genre. But I mean, I grew up watching Young Guns 2, Dead Ringers, The Accused, just great movies. Even something like Ghost, which wasn't my childhood, it was when I was a teenager. Back to the Future, E.T., There was just a great variety, Red Panda. Dr. Zashi Zaka, I mean, a movie like The Last of the Mohicans is breathtaking and important moral and story. We need to bring such movies back. Yes, it's very sad. It's very sad because these kids are not interested because they've been trained on these movies. John, was Spider-Man His Amazing Friends the one with Iceman and Firestar? Yes, John. Fucking amazing. I've got the DVDs. I grew up on them, watching them on children's TV once a week. A bit like Dungeons and Dragons, Masters of the Universe animated series. Amazing. We had a lot of great stuff. The A-Team, Knight Rider. We didn't have, it wasn't about technology. It was about entertainment. Red Panda, yeah, but Rocky and those movies have a great plot and relatable characters. They were inspirational because they were about real human beings trying to be at their best. Well, exactly. The Rocky story is the ultimate Cinderella story. It's about a working class man who's known nothing but, trying to get by. And slowly, he built up his life. But what I like about that story, he gets to the very top, but he goes to the bottom again. And all those films, that's why I argue with people who hate Rocky V. Rocky V is actually a great story because it's from rags to riches to rags again. What a story. You knocked him down now. Why don't you try knocking me down? Tommy Gunn only fights in the ring. My ring's outside. Dr. Zashi Zaka, I hope to meet you someday, Mick, and talk all things cinema. That would be awesome. I love talking entertainment. That's why I'm called Movies TV Mad, because I genuinely am mad about entertainment. There's not much entertainment to be mad about anymore. There's a lot of stuff I feel bad for not watching, but it just doesn't interest me. Although You on Netflix is very good. I used to be a big fan of the Dexter television show. 24, Prison Break, Lost. I think the early 2000s were the golden era of television, but now it's gone with Netflix. They've killed it. But I have, I've been watching television and films all my life. It was my crutch. when I was watching Smallville, when Smallville was an active show, I was living in shared accommodation. I was on my own in the world. I didn't have much money. I didn't have a job. And Smallville and its characters were keeping me going. Dr. Zashi Saka, I mean, would Gladiator be funded today? I don't think so. No. It wouldn't even have the attention that film did. Dr. Zashi Saka, we could miss out on a world-class talent like Russell Crowe. Yes, because there's no space for a Russell Crowe today. Because even the actors in the MCU, you see them do other movies, and they're not good movies. It's like Gal Gadot's a perfect example. She's just doing any movie she's offered, and it's nothing special. I mean, if I was her advisor, I would have told her not to do Cleopatra. She doesn't have the acting chops. She's very good as Wonder Woman, but to play Cleopatra, yes, she's beautiful, but you have to be more than beautiful. Red Panda, Gladiator is the perfect superhero movie. It's a very good movie. John, I think they have put all of the Netflix Marvel shows on Disney Plus. Yeah, Disney are just taking back what's theirs, but Netflix don't care. Netflix have got superhero shows like the Umbrella Academy. They don't need those shows. The money's been made on those shows from Netflix. But they won't be as good when they do new versions of those. Apparently, they're developing a Daredevil series. Doesn't excite me at all because I think they had one good season. And actually, Stephen DeKnight, a former Smallville producer and writer, was the one who gave us the best version of Daredevil in season 1. Hashling me. Hi, Mick. Hi, Hashling me. A very good evening to you. Please check out my poll, everyone. Will the Discovery end the DCEU? Yes, 17%. No, 83%. 6 votes. I would say it's possible. Red Panda, but what intrigues me is how they put Daredevil on Disney Plus, because Daredevil has a lot of blood and violence and even nudity. Yes, and there's been a lot of complaints from parents associations and people are making fun of them. But the parent associations are making a viable point here, and Disney will bend the knee to these people in the end. I don't get it. It's like what I say about Deadpool 3. Disney being involved now. I can only see problems. The development stage has even reached so long because Ryan Reynolds and Kevin Feige and Disney have been on opposite sides of this thing. Reynolds wants a really deep, hard R, but they don't. I think Reynolds could walk. This film's not even going to start shooting till 2023. I predicted Reynolds would walk, and I think that he will. I actually think Ryan Reynolds is the James Gunn of actors. Each character he plays is pretty much the same. Hashling me. Daredevil with PG-13 and jokes here and there. Yeah, exactly. We know what's going to happen. Please smash the like button. We all know what's going to happen. It's all very predictable, and all the shields are going to get up very excited, as they did for the Miss Marvel trailer. Best thing ever. So as I said on my TikTok, basically, Miss Marvel is a fangirl for superheroes. We've seen that done with Freddie Freeman in Shazam, probably in a much more interesting way. Imagine if Freddie Freeman gets to meet Batfleck in Fury of the Gods. That would be so cool, wouldn't it? Or maybe he gets to meet him in The Flash. Even better. Hashling me. Miss Marvel has similar vibes to Hawkeye. Yep. And they've changed a lot of the stuff from the comics. And Marvel fans are not happy. The honeymoon is well and truly over. The Legend CJ, good evening. Who wins in a fight, Netflix, Daredevil, or Pattinson? I tell you what, that'd be a fucking good fight. I don't know. I'd call it a draw, my friend. John, when do we think we will see the next live-action Spider-Man movie? Oh, not for a while, not for a while. I think Sony are thinking what to do next. I think it could be something very interesting and new, because they've already lost Marissa Tomei because they killed her off, Aunt May. I'm not happy that there was never an Uncle Ben. I'm not happy that she took Uncle Ben's famous phrase. But this is what Marvel is now, incredibly woke. Hashling me, explain to me why they changed Miss Marvel's power. Well, there's many reasons they could have done this. They maybe want the new power aesthetically to attract young girls. That could be a thing. It could be some kind of extreme left political thing where they think her previous powers are offensive. You never know. So it could be something like that. Red Panda, Miss Marvel is for a specific age group. It has its purpose. We will see. Yeah, obviously. But I think a lot of adults kind of like her as well. She's a very popular comic book character, actually. And she's going to be in the Marvels movie as well, along with Monica Rambeau, Brie Larson's Captain Marvel, of course. I think that's going to be a very woke movie, isn't it? They're not going to stop telling us in the marketing about how these three women are strong and they're this and they're that. I mean, it certainly weren't made for people of my gender and my age group, obviously. It's not something I'd waste my oxygen watching. I may be movies TV mad, but it doesn't mean I'm going to waste my time watching nonsense. Hashling me. Do you think because Captain Marvel too powerful, so they decided to change it and not far behind? I think the problem is that she's still there. So she's too, I mean, if they're worried about her powers, they'd have to get rid of her. I think they were worried about the sequel. They didn't think that Captain Marvel on her own could pull off a sequel. So they've done a team up very quickly. John, did you like the Loki series? I thought it was one of the better ones. Definitely. I think along with WandaVision, that was pretty solid. I think Loki's a bit like Lex Luthor or the Master in Doctor Who. If you see too much of him, then he loses his appeal. And I think seeing too much of Loki kind of ruined his character. The Legend CJ, do you think tomorrow an announcement will happen regarding the Snyderverse? They keep hinting at it online. Why tomorrow, The Legend CJ? Oh, right. What's happening tomorrow? They're doing a Restore the Snyderverse trend. I will be involved in that for sure. I don't think is it tomorrow where Discovery are coming? It's a bit too soon, isn't it? I don't know why they're doing it tomorrow. There's a specific reason why they're doing it tomorrow. I'd be very surprised if there's an announcement. But what I would say is Discovery are watching. They're coming over very soon. So it's a very important Restore the Snyderverse trend tomorrow. So everyone should get involved. Dr. Zack Snyder's Justice League was released today. What? You mean a year ago? Yeah? If it was released today, I don't know how I've got a digital version and a physical copy already. You mean a year ago? Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So next on my DCEU watch list is Wonder Woman. Dr. Zashi Zaka, a year ago, yes. Yes, Zack Snyder's Justice League is a great film, and I look forward to the sequels. This is Movies TV Mad. Check out my poll. Will Discovery end the DCEU and put it out of its misery? Yes, 12%. No, 88%. 8 votes. Dr. Zashi Zachary, I'm watching Tom Hardy's series Taboo. It's a great series, very dark, but brilliant. Highly recommend. Haven't seen it yet. Yeah, Tom Hardy does a lot of different things, doesn't he? John, they wasted Tom Hardy's Venom in No Way Home. Yes, they did, because they didn't want him properly in the movie, which is a shame. So the whole thing at the end of Venom 2 was a waste of time. Hashtag me. Tom Hardy is also in Peaky Blinders. That's right. The legend CJ. Do you think that if the Snyderverse is restored, it might be the reason Flash is getting reshot? Probably. I think there's a few reasons. I think it's not just one. I think the short notice of its delay is the most curious thing for me. We don't know if it's actually getting reshot. They're the rumours, but I don't know. As I say, Barbara and Andy Muschietti are still the only people involved in these DC movies that have moved that haven't said anything. Again, very, very curious. David Zaslav has been preparing for this day where he takes over Warner Discovery. He moved to California immediately. He made contact with the Hollywood community immediately. He's taken this situation very seriously, and he's probably known what he's going to do for a while. So it's going to be interesting, everyone. I hope the Snyderverse is restored, because the film was very successful. I can tell you that, very. Dr. Zashi Zaka, I would like Richard Armitage as the next Bond. I love Dickie Armitage. What a lovely man he is. I loved him in the Hobbit movies. I loved him as Guy of Gibbsburn in the Robin Hood series. Yeah, I love Dickie Armitage. The Legend CJ, the only thing I have a problem with the concept stories of Justice League 2 is the thing Bruce and Lois have. Hopefully they change that. Yeah, listen, it doesn't really bother me. Obviously, that's Justice League 2 is pretty much an Injustice movie as well. So that's going to be awesome. All set mostly in the nightmare future. Red Panda, I'm imagining children nowadays growing up with this Batman and be emo and dark. How would you have perceived Batman as a kid? Well, obviously, I grew up with the 66 series, so very different. But I did appreciate Batman 89, and I was still a young man then. It wouldn't have bothered me, to be honest with you. If something's good, if something's got drama, I enjoy that. I'm not someone who needs things to be bright and funny, and I'm not someone who needs things to be dark. I just need things to mean something to me, to stir me up inside, and the Batman certainly did that. John, have you seen Venom 2? I have. I heard that a lot of people did not like it. I found it thoroughly entertaining. The dynamic between Venom and Eddie is brilliant. And that's what those films and those stories are all about anyway. So I don't really know. I found Venom 2 more entertaining than most Marvel movies. I find the humor in the MCU very cringe. Hashtag me at John, do you like it? MCU stans don't really like Sony Marvel. I do. I think it's superior. I'll be very interested in what Morbius is like. Red Panda. I was scared by Batman Returns as a kid. The intro scene with the Penguin. Yeah, I didn't really find that scary, but I found his story very intriguing, and I thought Burton did brilliant with DeVito's Penguin. It was great. I love Tim Burton because he does things in this charming, haunting way. I've never found his stuff scary, though, I will be honest. Jesus is a goat. Hey, good evening, Jesus is a goat. Or Jesus is goat. Welcome to the chat, everyone. Smash the like button. Check out my poll. Speak on the chat. If Henry Cavill is the next James Bond, Warner Brothers Pictures, wow, what they're going to have to be ashamed. Dr. Zasisaka, Burns should also be brought back into the DCEU. He has flourishes which few directors have. Oh, Burton's got great quality. I love him. I think he's great. Dr. Zasisaka, I love his Sleepy Hollow. Sleepy Hollow, Edward Scissorhands, some of his animation he's done as well. The Nightmare Before Christmas is fucking beautiful. The man's a genius. His Superman film would have been very interesting. Red Panda, Batman Returns is the most underrated Batman movie, maybe after BVS. Well, I think Batman Returns is, well, I don't think I know. Batman Returns is one of my favorite Batman movies. I think it's sensational. I don't think it's overstuffed. I think the cast are amazing. Catwoman, the Penguin. We didn't seem to see a lot of Michael Keaton in the film, which was a shame. Dr. Sashizaka, Red Panda, I agree 100%. John, when will we see the next James Bond casting? I think it probably won't be till the end of this year, maybe the beginning of next year. Hashtag me. I think Batman Forever. I like Batman Forever. I think it's a solid movie. Yep. Release the Schumacher cut. Damn it. Oh, Jim Carrey was a great Riddler. Dr. Chase Meridian can get into my dreams any day. Red Panda, I would want to see a reboot for Zorro movie, maybe done by Tim Burton. That would be amazing. Dr. Zashi Zaka, my jaw was dropped when I saw Nicole Kidman in Batman Forever. Yes, she was certainly used as a sexual object in that film, wasn't she? It's the car, right? Chicks dig the car. Imagine someone saying that these days. There would be outrage, wouldn't there? Batman calling a woman a chick. You wouldn't get away with it, would you? Imagine Nicole Kidman being married to a useless man like Tom Cruise. That is a waste of a woman, isn't it? And poor Casey Holmes, right, he really did a job on her, didn't he? Anyone used to watch a show called Rent a Ghost? If you want to be a smarty pants, call Rent a Ghost. Hello, new chatters. Dr. Zashi Zaka. So Dr. Meredith is Aquaman's mom. Great. That's right, yes. Queen Atlanta. Whatever happened to James Wan's Knight Rider series? E.B. Budd, Hollywood running out of ideas these days. They've been running out of ideas for 20 years, my friend. They're basically running on empty now. They will bankrupt themselves. People will walk away from them. They don't have the automatic power that they think. They do not value their consumer. Oh. Dr. Zashi Zaka, I love the series Street Hawk. Yeah, I like that. The Batman chase sequence reminded me of that so much. Yes, Street Hawk was awesome. Da 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 da. I was very disappointed that Street Hawk couldn't talk because Knight Rider could talk, Kit the Car. So I thought surely Street Hawk's going to talk. And Airwolf, neither of them spoke. Android and 118 XX. Good evening. The Batman movie was rainy this time. I would really like the Batman sequel to be snowy and be based in Christmas period, like the Arkham Origins games. Never know, Android 118 XX. You never know. Do you imagine a sunny Batman movie where it's sunny and it's never nighttime? Some nutter's going to do that, right, and cause offence. E.B. Budd, Starship Troopers theme is nice, yeah. Sometimes themes are better than the TV shows and the actual movies. John, do you remember the show Chips? I absolutely do. Da 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 dun 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 dun. John and Podge. Who remembers Heart to Heart? This is my boss, Mr. H. He's quite a guy. This is his wife, Mrs. H. She sure knows how to take care of herself. Oh, by the way, my name's Max. I take care of both of them, which ain't easy because when they met, it was murder. Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, da-na-na, da-na-na, da-na-na-na-na-na-na, na-na-na-na-na, na-na-na-na. E.B. Budd, Remington Steele intro. I can't remember that one. I never used to watch it because it used to be in the UK in the afternoon. Red Panda, the really good movies nowadays are either some blockbusters done by true fans such as Denis Villeneuve or Matt Reeves, or indie movies done by studios like A24. Yep, not enough indie movies getting out there though, my friend. E.B. Budd, okay. Knight Rider. Woo-hoo. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. What about Murder, She Wrote? Da, 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 da. It was you, wasn't it? It was you who did the murder. Yes, Mrs. Fletcher. It was me. I had to. I had no choice, Mrs. Fletcher. You'll never take me alive. Dr. Zashi Zaka, Remington Steele is great. But bet none of you remember Automan. What about Manimal? E.B. Budd, Kojak is the best. What about Quincy? Whatever happened to the Gotham City Sirens movie? They sacked the man who was going to make it. David Ayer, he was going to do a Harley and Joker, Gotham City Sirens, a Joker movie. They sacked the man because his movies were dark. Tossers. Dr. Zashi Zaka, for Cleopatra, they should have gone with the original plan of Angelina Jolie and David Fincher directing. Yeah, sorry, Gal Gadot's no Cleopatra. Ronnie Dodge. Hey, Mick. Hey, my bro, Ronnie. How's it going? Yeah, what about that actor? They're supposed to be playing Nightwing. He reckons he's not interested in superheroes at all. Android 180XX. If Disney owned Batman, they would definitely make an Adam West type Batman movie, no doubt. No thanks. I love the Adam West one, but no thanks. E.B. Budd, Airwolf theme is outstanding. I've got all the theme tunes. As a kid, I used to have the tapes, and I used to listen to all of them. It'll be Dallas, it'll be Dynasty, the Colbys, Knots Landing, Knight Rider, the A-Team. V. Red Panda, is the Arkham spin-off we will see origin stories for other villains? And do you think that Batman is going to appear? I think Batman will appear now and again in both those shows. I don't think he'll be a regular there because it's not his story, but he'll be there. But probably just as a cameo. I don't know if it's an origin story. If it is Arkham an origin story, it could be before it was Arkham in the mansion. So because apparently it's going to be all haunted and stuff. So very interesting. Ronnie Dodge, yes. Ronnie Dodge, yeah. It will be interesting who is actually robbing Nightwing in Batgirl. Yes, it's very, very interesting, isn't it? I mean, we've seen the portrait. Does that mean we'll see Robin? Is it just a little Easter egg? Who knows? I would expect to see him. But Batgirl may not be set in the DCEU, so... I think we can safely say now that Wonder Woman is in Shazam! Fury of the Gods. I think there's no doubt about that now, and I believe the leak that I did on that video, definitely. And I think it's a great way to use Wonder Woman in that film. That Billy has a crush on her. John, I would like to see a new Poison Ivy in the DCEU in the future. Yes, so would I. They'll probably make her fall in love with Harley. Ronnie Dodge, Rachel gave it away about Gal Gadot. Well, do you know what? Warner Brothers probably told her to. They're desperate to get these leaks out because they're very worried now, obviously, since they delayed movies and they brought that forward. But there was a leak. There was a whole leak. I saw a YouTube video about someone put me onto it from the channel, and I did a whole video about it, Ronnie. I know how Wonder Woman's going to be used in it. I know what she does in the film. I don't think she's in it for long, but it's cool. The film sounds good, solid. Android 180XX. Did you see Gal Gadot's Kal-El No Name? No Meme? Who did it? Gal Gadot's Kal-El No Meme. No, I didn't see the meme, no. I always kind of scratch my head with the whole Kal-El thing. Because how does she know his name? Obviously, while Cal's been dead, she's been doing her research. Yeah, so Ronnie, basically, I think Rachel was told to give it away. She wouldn't have come out. Ronnie Dodge, I did say how Diana was going to be used in Shazam. Yeah, interesting. John, I read that James Gunn is going to be in the Harley Quinn animated series. So do I. Should be fun. Ronnie Dodge, ages ago, I think. Okay. I can barely remember what I had for breakfast. But yes. Very good. I like how she's going to be used. I like the film. It sounds good. Dr. Zashi Zach, I want to see Darkseid invade Earth in the Snyderverse sequels. You will see it. The Snyderverse will be restored. And then hopefully we can all be friends. Ronnie Dodge, well, according to hashtag, there's a Gotham Knights movie for HBO Max, not the CW crap. So what you're telling me, Ronnie, is we're getting the CW show, but we're also getting a movie, a separate movie. That's slightly going to be confusing, isn't it? Dr. Zashi Zaka, yes. I don't think anything can be sure right now until the merger happens and then we start hearing things, because things can change so quickly now. Because the Warner Brothers Pictures people may not even be around. They've been greenlighting stuff for fun. So I think Jason Kelo will be done because his role will be taken over by Zaslav in the new Warner Discovery. We'll see what else happens. Oh, yeah. Oh. Ronnie Dodge, Blue Beetle is filming on the 21st of April. Awesome. So that'll probably take 3 to 6 months. That'll be out next year. Dr. Tashisaka, this is the same studio that Kubrick and Scorsese, and now they're in a mess. They need a reboot, not the DCEU. Yes, Warner Brothers will go back to that studio, though, because that's what David Zaslav has said. He wants to go back to the older Warner Brothers. So Warner Brothers needs good leadership. Warner Brothers hasn't had good leadership since the days of Bob Iger and people like that who were there. Warner Brothers and DC certainly deserve better. Ronnie Dodge, if they bring Zack back to finish off his arc, great. If not, move on. John, if the Snyderverse is restored, we probably won't hear about it until DC Fandom. Well, not necessarily. It could be that. It could be that. But I don't think so because they don't really make announcements like that at DC Fandom. Because otherwise, I could argue, well, why didn't they announce the release of the Snyder Cut? Why didn't they wait till DC Fandom? But they actually did it on a Man of Steel rewatch, didn't they? So, Android 118 XX. We didn't see the Forces of Solitude in Man of Steel. Hopefully, we'll see it in MOS 2. I think it would have been great for Superman to be in the Forces of Solitude after he got revived in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Well, in the Snyderverse, and I don't agree with this, by the way, because I love the concept of the Fortress, but apparently Jonathan Kent is like his Fortress of Solitude. So that bit in BVS, when he sees his father's ghost, that's supposed to be his Fortress of Solitude. Ronnie Dodge, that's how I'm going with it. Well, obviously, Ronnie, if they don't do it, we have to move on, yes. But it is new leadership. It's a new way of doing things. The man's already said that he's was going to move to California straight away. That was over a year ago. And he was going to be talking to people who are being driven away by the studio. So it doesn't mean anything, but we'll have to wait and see. I think there will be changes. Android 108XX. Wow, didn't know that. That's a clever way of doing it. Yes. That basically Jonathan Kent is his Fortress of Solitude, which is nuts. But I think it's a very deep way of doing it. And actually, that Jonathan Kent scene in BVS, first of all, was a shock, a lovely shock, and it was such a great moment. John, was Blue Beetle in Smallville? Yes. Jeff Johns wrote a Booster Gold episode, and Blue Beetle was in it. And it was a very good episode again by Jeff Johns. It was called Booster. It's amazing how many DC characters Smallville actually covered. It was sensational. Impulse as well. That's the version of the Flash they used, Impulse, because at the time they weren't allowed to use the Flash. Smash the like button, please. Only 3 measly likes tonight. Dr. Zashi Zaka, got to go now, Mick. We'll finish Taboo. Hopefully, we'll hear good news on DC soon. The Batman sequel, Snyderverse Restoration, Arkham series, and more. Very exciting times, Dr. Zashi Zaka. Thanks for the chat. Been brilliant having you on the show, and see you again soon. John, I remember that episode, but I was not sure if it was Blue Beetle. Yeah, it was, yeah. Very good. Jeff Johns' episodes on Smallville were sensational. I think Legion is my favourite one. Legion was amazing. Welcome if you're new to the chat. Smash the like button. Still only 3 likes. We've been here for an hour. I've been here for an hour. That deserves. Thank you. Someone's given me a like. Thank you. It's good to feel appreciated, isn't it? So if you're that partner, if you're in a relationship and you're the partner that stays at home and has got the food ready for your partner when they come home, it's nice to get some appreciation, isn't it? I still can't believe we've got to wait till next year for The Flash. Ronnie George, when do you think David will give us our first Fury of the Gods trailer? Oh, that's a good one. Well, the film is released in December, Ronnie. I think it might be attached to the Super Pets movie. I would think. I don't think we'll see anything yet. I think it's too soon, but I think it will be with Super Pets. If I were them, I would start an early promotion from now because they're up against Avatar 2. They have to try something. And there's obviously another big reason why they want us to know Wonder Woman's in the film, because they're up against Avatar 2. But to be fair, a little cameo isn't going to... Oh. Yes, I would imagine the first Shazam Fury of the Gods trailer will be about summertime. Ronnie, I don't think they will show Diana in the trailer. Oh, no, definitely not. No, there's no way. But they've leaked it on purpose. They got Rachel to say that. They leaked the whole plot of the movie out. I think it will be a good, solid movie without being the best thing ever. Android 118 XX. That's the problem with Zack's DCEU. He doesn't do accurate things from comics and makes controversial scenes. I did. All Marvel movies till Endgame are accurate and give audiences what they expect. Creation K, good evening all. Good evening, Creation K. Well, do you know what, Android? I don't think you always have to be comic book accurate. And, you know, Snyder never said that he was a guy for the mainstream. Snyder is who he is. But I think his take is very, very interesting. It's a kind of injustice take. It's, you know, gods, making these heroes gods. I like it personally. And is it fun to get what you expect? Isn't it better to be unpredictable? John, what comes out first, Black Adam or Shazam 2? Black Adam in October. Yes, so we should be seeing a Black Adam trailer in the summer. I'm wrong there, yeah. So Ronnie and everyone will probably see the Black Adam trailer in the summer. Creation K, Android 118 XX. Mick is right here, and I understand what you mean, Android. I thought Mick was always right. Joking. I think the Snyderverse, it's its own original thing. And you can't really compare the MCU with the Snyderverse because the Snyderverse is so indie, it's so out there, it's a bit... It's nothing like the MCU. And you see, Fade's going to undo all that goodwill he had by being comic book accurate now, by going woke, by going against the comic book accuracy, as we see with Miss Marvel. Ronnie Dodge, Black Adam in October, that's right. Then 8 weeks later, Shazam Fury of the Gods, if they stick to those dates. Yep. Because we've got no reason not to trust them, have we? Creation K, I think the best movies that are based off of comic books are the ones that use the comic book material in a creative and inventive way instead of just copy and pasting it. But I think most live action comic book stuff isn't copy and pasted. I think the MCU does do things a little bit different. Creation K, sorry, that's not what I mean. Ah, okay. Ronnie Dodge, to be fair, Obi-Wan is the most I've been excited for any Star Wars project. Keep your anticipation low, my friend. Yeah, can't trust those people. We shall see. I've been looking forward to it as well, but I don't trust them. Android 118 XX, but that's one of the major reasons Sex DCEU didn't do well. Always controversy and not sticking to accuracy. There's a reason why Marvel has done so well aside from all the fun and comedy. But that's the thing on Android 118 XX. That's not what you're getting. Zack Snyder doesn't make things for those reasons, right? It's the studio who put him in a franchise that they wanted the mainstream to like. But Zack Snyder's not a mainstream creative. So why should he bend and be someone that he's not? The movie's actually box offices are pretty solid. Not comparable, of course, to the MCU. But actually, if you look at the Phase 1 early MCU films, in fact, if you add the first 3 or 4 films of the DCEU, which were the Snyderverse, and the first 3 or 4 films of the MCU, Phase 1, I actually think, if you compare phase for phase, I think the first phase, I think the Snyderverse was doing better. Obviously, in the second phase, it wasn't. But it's not about the box office all the time, my friend. And there's nothing wrong with being controversial and different. I don't think it's that controversial, the Snyderverse, really. Crazy K, sorry, I was referring to when I said Mickey's right here. Crazy K, so what have you covered today in the live chat? To be honest with you, Creation K, you may have to go and rewatch the video because I can't remember. We've spoken about loads of things. We've spoken about the Batman reaching its half century with £500 million, or dollars, should I say, at the global box office. And then, my friend, we've spoken about different things. You need to go back. Ronnie Dodge, I found very funny moments in Zack Snyder's Justice League, to be honest. Yeah, but if there was no funny bits in there, does it matter? Who said the rule was that comic book movies and content need to be funny? Just like they don't need to be dark. It's whatever the visionary wants to do. John, do you know why Tommy Lee Jones did not like Jim Carrey on the set of Batman Forever? He didn't like him even before the picture. I don't know why. Jim Carrey has told a famous story when he went up to Tommy Lee Jones at a restaurant before they started making that film. And Tommy Lee Jones wasn't happy to see him. It's weird, isn't it? It's like the former Man United strikers, Teddy Sheringham and Andy Cole. They hated each other, but they played well together. Creation K, nice. Thank you for that. I just asked because I hope to contribute however I can without straying too much from what you have already mentioned. No, you can mention what you want. Android 118 XX, do you plan to get the Batman action figure or Batmobile? I don't get action figures or things like that because it costs me enough to buy the films. Yeah, I mean, look, respect to anyone who does that, but it's not really something that I do. So the answer to that is no, obviously. I'm sure many, many people will. Welcome to Movies TV Man. Smash the like button if you haven't already. Check out my poll. Will Discovery end the DCEU and put it out of its misery? Yes, 12%. No, 88%. No, I love the DCEU. So I won't be going to the cinema again until October to see Black Adam. So I've got a bit of a break from the cinema. I think Super Pets will be successful though. Android 118XX, if there is one place you could teleport, where would it be? The thing is, there's no place on Earth I would teleport. If I could go anywhere, it'd be off this planet. I mean, we're surrounded by COVID. Who wants to stay on this planet? Well, we're on the brink of a bloody world war. Who wants to stay on this planet? We're in a horrible era of humanity. Everybody hates each other. It's actually kind of depressing, isn't it? So I would go to another planet. Do you know where I teleport? The past. The 20s, the 30s. The 50s, the 60s. I know that's time traveling and not teleporting, but that's why I'd rather go. I'd rather go back to the past. Because the future, everyone's become too clever for their own good, and that's become a problem. Creation Case, well, I haven't got an action figure for a good while. However, in film, I think people may underestimate the use of action figures and small-scale props to map out and choreograph scenes, etc. Yeah, I mean, if you're a normie, you're not going to know those things, are you? Android 180XX, media is the big reason why we live in such a dark world. Oh, they're shit stirrers, you're right. I hate them. I literally hate them. I'm happy that I'm intelligent enough to see through them. Unfortunately, you can't expect normal people to be able to. John, do you like video game movies? Yes, depends on what they are. There's the one with, what's it called? Oh, fuck. With Jovovich in. I like those ones. Obviously, Sonic was a very good film. Really looking forward to Sonic 2. That's it. Mila Jovovich, yeah. I don't know what the new ones on Netflix are going to be like, though. Crazy, I know it's not the same, but Nolan and Crowley used a lot of small props and figures in Batman Begins and in other films. Really does help bring the practical element. It really does, and Chris does believe in practical elements. I think one of the few things that was CG in Batman Begins was actually the bats. Creation K, Resident Evil, that's right, love it. John, Resident Evil, yep. EB Bud, TikTok is poison. Oh, I know. Well, do you know what? It's like everything, my friend. I mean, I enjoy going on TikTok, but at the end of the day, there's some elements on TikTok, and it's not real genuine people. And I'm sure they're very nice people in reality, but they're very angry. That's what I mean. Everyone's angry, aren't they? And as I said on Twitter, if people come in on my chat and are aggressive towards me, please ignore them, and I just hide them from the chat, and we move on. I'm not interested in negativity. It's boring. Negativity and hatred is for basic people. The problem with TikTok is the young community think it's theirs, and it's not anymore. It was when it first started, but it's not anymore. It's become a big platform, and they can't handle that. You're poison running through my veins. Creation K, I don't think it's a coincidence that it's called TikTok. It's the only matter of time before people disown it and move to the next app, jokers. Android 118XX. TikTok is a dangerous and perfect tool to brainwash people. Well, it's not just TikTok, it's all social media, really, isn't it? Brainwashing is everywhere, my friend. You've got to be strong enough not to fall for it. Right, 5 minutes, everyone, before we say goodnight. Been a great chat. Some good people in tonight. John, I did enjoy the 1995 video game movie Mortal Kombat. I don't think I played that one. I mean, I really like Injustice. Injustice 2. And when I was a kid, I used to have a Commodore 64, and I used to play a racing game called Pit Stop, which was awesome. And the Space Invader game called Delta. Delta was revolutionary for its time. Creation K, also, is it okay? I can share a brief idea I had for a Batman story recently. Well, you've got till 1 hour, 20 minutes, Creation K, so it's perfectly fine if you could do it by then. Android 118 XX, do you think the Illuminati exists? Oh, you mean in the MCU? Definitely. But I don't know when we'll see them. It could be in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which is what everyone's predicting, isn't it? Creation K, got it. So don't waste time talking to me. That's from Die Hard. Android 180 XX, not MCU real life. Oh, I have no idea because I don't know who they are. Oh, you mean the Illuminati, like celebrities and people trying to... Yeah, I mean, yes, actually, yes. The only way we stop getting controlled is if we bring down capitalism and live like, the cavemen used to. John, do you remember the game Frogger? No, I've never heard of that, John. Creation K, this story has almost the Purge like feel to it as Joker incites violence across the city. The Simpsons. Creation K, possibly Harvey Dent or the Joker manages to gain some power, form of governmental power, possibly working through someone and incites a purge. Creation K, the citizens fight each other to the death as Batman looks to stop the madness, saving those who need help and stabilizing people who are attacking others. Creation K, once it's announced that there will be a purge in Gotham, many people try to leave the city, seen with many trying to board, but only some being able to. Creation K, those who have access can get to safety, or so they think, but others cannot. Sounds good, Creation K. Creation K. People realize to reality of what the Joker talked about when he said that the leaders and societies would fail them, and so they do. Yeah, the Joker's got a point. Creation K, the scene with Sierra mentioned last time comes around the time when Batman has done what he can to stop the people from harming each other. Creation K, that's it. Very rough notes. Very good. Android 108XX, which actor that has played the Joker would you choose for the Robin torture scene? Oh. The Kid from Gotham. There you go. Didn't expect that, did you? The Kid from Gotham, who played a Joker character but never called himself the Joker, him. Because he's the most sadistic version of the character. John, got to go, mate. I will be tuning in tomorrow. Thank you, John. Thank you very much. Nice chatting to you. I'll be gone in a minute as well. Been a great chat, though, everyone. Thank you for the support, as always. Creation K, Jerome Valeska, that's it. I think he's my favourite one because he's so sadistic and he actually scares me. What a performance. What a performance. That's all I'm saying. Creation K, yikes. He's the best. Sorry, he is. In my opinion. Okay, everyone, this has been Movies TV Mad. I met your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Please tell your girlfriends and your wives or whoever else you're with about the channel. Tell everyone about it. And I will see you, hang on a minute, Creation K. I haven't seen as a whole, but I have seen parts of it. I don't tend to watch many series. I haven't watched all of it, but I've watched a great deal of it, and he's amazing. Creation K, thank you, Mick. Take care. You too, Creation K. Lovely talking to you. So until I see you tomorrow, it's goodbye, au revoir, and auf Wiedersehen. Thank you very much, everyone. I love coming and doing these live chats every evening, and there'll be more tomorrow, and there'll be the DCEU Daily during the day at some point as well. So until then, until we see each other again, until we meet again, see you later. Thank you, everyone.